first of all, thank you for doing this, coming
Sure, man.
and doing it. So, if we can start off, can you introduce yourself and tell us what your role is in Sylviar?
Let's see. Well, it's Outlaw right here, somewhere there above. Yeah. In the Discord or in Sale?
Both, I guess.
Recently, I just became quartermaster in the Discord to help out with some of the nasty weirdos in there, and I've been in-game mod for for a while now.
Nice. So, let's rewind a bit. How did you first come across Sylviar?
Oh, I bought it back in 2021 when you still had to pay for it.
So, you've been playing for a while, basically.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I played single player version for a long time, and then they made an announcement about multiplayer coming, so I took a break, and then multiplayer dropped. I've been playing ever since.
What drew you into the game initially?
Oh, that's more of a VR aspect, because I had my VR since like end of 2019, and I was just, if I seen a game that was worth it, I was just buying games. But I also like pirates too, so when I seen this was similar to that, and I was like, dude, I could be good at that, and I'm gonna buy it anyway. So
Yeah. So, do you remember at all, like, your first experience playing?
multiplayer?
In, like, just the game in general. Like, when you first started playing the game, what was your initial reaction, like, your experience?
For the game as a whole, you could tell that it had loads of potential, because it was still like, we didn't have this. It was blocky characters, and like it was kind of janky, but it was getting there. Garrett was working by himself until he built up that little small team. But at first glance, the game is like, oh, this could definitely go somewhere. And from what it used to be to what it is now, it has gone pretty far.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Because when I first started playing, it was just like maybe a week after they released multiplayer, and it was just amazing.
Oh yeah. Yes, indeed.
At what point did you decide that you were gonna stick around and continue playing?
Oh. That really didn't have anything to do with the game. It's back to the VR aspect of it. I keep a set of games installed that I regularly play and that I know have that motivation to go in there and continue playing. And since there's daily quests and stuff and multiplayer in here, I mean, I keep it installed.
Yeah. So, fast forward to now, as you were an inquisitor and now you're a quartermaster. How did that happen?
How to explain this so people can understand? I'm an adult. No.
Yeah,
I mean,
obviously.
Being an adult with a level head and able to comprehend situations like that helped a lot. But I've also ran quite a few other servers, and I've known Garrett for years. Like, we've talked in game and DMs and stuff. When other people can't get him to respond, he still responds. So let's see how to explain it. It's more about having the comprehension and level-headedness to look at all three sides of a picture. Because even in real life, there's three sides to every story. It's your side, my side, and an outsider's view. Yeah, you have to be able to look at all those collectively and make an educated decision that doesn't hurt everyone except for the offending party. So it's more just having knowledge and just being a good person. Just be better. If you hear somebody acting like an ass and they shouldn't be, you have to look at it and go, okay, they're just messing around. But then if they start coming over to you and going, haha, you're dumb, your mask is dumb, you're gay, or whatever you're skibbity, or whatever.
This new gen language.
Yeah, so it's then if I see him start approaching and attacking people, that's when you got to make that decision. Like, okay, bro, and it's not always have to be an immediate ban either. It helps to go talk to people and be like, hey, man, rein it in a little bit, bro. Nobody wants to hear that. And then if they start getting bonkers after about it, you just, okay.
Yeah. So, what was the general process of becoming an Inquisitor? Like, did someone recommend you, or did you apply? Or
I think it was more, okay, you know how, like, everybody was in the Discord, like, vote me for Inquisitor and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Because I've already known Garrett and Milo in so long, I knew of the Inquisitor thing coming out before quite a few people, like Gabe and them. We all knew about it coming out. And I just made a joke with, maybe it was with Milo, or maybe I think we were in game with Garrett, actually, Garrett and Milo. And I was like, I'll be a mod. What's up with that? And they're like, okay.
Okay.
And I just let it. I laughed it off, and I was like, all right, bet. So we all split and got out of the game. And I got back on later, and I think it was Milo. He's like, hey man, you ready? I was like, for what? And he's like, you're about to be in-game mod. I was like, okay, yes, okay, yeah, I'll do that.
So, like, did that surprise you? Were you surprised to become an Inquisitor?
No, because it's they all knew that I had I've got a Township Tale server with like almost 30,000 people, and I used to moderate for 17 different servers for just Township Tale. So they all knew that, and things like that. And it's more of a, not really knew it was going to happen, but it was more of a some people would say a forcible suggestion, but it wasn't really. It was like, I know how to moderate. I can do that. I can run commands. And it's a confidence thing. When they hear that, go, oh, can you? And then you start, yeah, I can do this, 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 and this. And they're like, cool, man. They hear that and remember it. So, like, I tell people all the time, I'm like, how do I become Inquisitor? How do I do this? I go, just let people find you. You'll get told and be like, oh, Pam is a really great guy. He goes out here and does all this, this, and this, and helps. People will hear.
Yeah, of course. So, more of the game itself, or what generally is your favorite part about Sail?
Solo or with my crew? Because usually Smitty goes with me, and he's my other crew member. It's just usually just him and I.
Either one. Maybe both, if you want to answer both.
Wiping lobbies. No. No. Because I don't really care. I mean, I can make gold. It's easy to make money in this game, but like, it's when I play solo, I usually swim out and just go investigate what other people are doing on other islands, and don't really mess with people then unless they start getting crazy. Which then I just like sink their ship or steal it or something, and make them have to come to me or chase them around the island. If Smitty and I are playing, it's more we don't necessarily go after a ship unless I can see it and it's within my oh, you can't see my map unless it's within my area of where I'm sailing to. And it's usually we go out and do raids and loot islands, because I mean that's fun. I wish the islands would just rotate to different areas a little bit. That'd be kind of cool. But we usually hit gym and stuff like that, but if there's ships out there, they're not going back to port.
Yeah, that's how I am too. It's just, if you're out there, I hope you know I'm targeting you.
Right. Oh, it's not even targeting. It's just like, if you're on my radar within my vicinity, because a lot of people fail to realize when you go to land at an island to loot it or run the raid or whatever, don't point your ship with the bow facing the island, because if you need to make a quick escape, you can't run. You have to turn your ship around now and have it pointed away, and then you can just raise the anchor and take off. But Smitty and I, what we do is we have a certain setup on the ship. We don't use the harpoon in the front. So we put it on the side for getting up top to the islands and stuff. These are that way we can pull up beside somebody and have 3 cannons on them, sink them, and then handle the business.
Yeah. So, do you think Sail has changed anything about how you play games or how you see online communities?
Since I've been part of a gaming generation for years, I don't really look at online communities because, you can weed those out. And if it's bad for the game, I just won't be a part of that community. I'll still play the game. But as for Sail, it's how did you just phrase that question?
You want me to just repeat the question in general?
Just the first part of it about Sail, not the community thing.
do you think Sale has changed anything about how you play games?
Oh, well, Sail is a unique aspect of a game because there's other like raft games and sail games out there, sailing, but this is a game that keeps me coming back in because, you know, especially with the day and night change they added, the ships, and I am prior Navy, so I do enjoy actually going around firing cannons, and, you know.
Yeah. So, what inspires you to continue being an Inquisitor? What motivates you to keep going?
Nobody should have to experience toxicity like that. And if I can prevent it in any way, shape, or form and still allow the game to have a good player base without people getting uptight or offended and everything, that's what it is. Because like the hacker thing that's going on, all these kids that yell the hard R, it's like that's a learned trait. And if I can do anything to help get rid of that, to make it better for other players who come in and like, he just like yelled a cuss word at me. You know, some of these kids have never even heard cuss words in their entire life. And, you know, it's like they hear it and they're like, oh God. And it kills the player base hearing toxic players like that. Because nobody wants to come back. So I keep coming back to help other people keep coming back.
Yeah, I completely agree. There's just some people out there that have no respect towards other people, and it's just
right. Those are the first people to start crying when you do something to them too.
Yeah. So, what advice would you give to someone new to Sail VR, like who might be feeling a little overwhelmed?
Oh, I tell this to everybody. Anyways, private lobbies are your friend if you're new, because it gives you a chance to go explore everything in port. Because you get a lot of people going, how do I find this and how do I find that? Like, just walk around, experiment with things. You know, your ship, obviously, you know, toss it in the water, it pops out. Now's your chance to get up there and go experiment with things and, you know, try things out for yourself, then come to a public lobby. And then, you know, try to get other people to play with you and say, hey, you know, teach me a little more. But getting the basics down, I recommend private lobby, learning the basics, experiment with things, you know, like everything. Like, oh, this is my chest, this is my map, you know, this is my gun. How do I change my settings? You know, things like that.
Yeah. And lastly, what is your goal? Like, do you want to become a first mate, or what is your goal of... What's just your goal in general?
Oh, like I already told Milo and Garrett, I will do what I can to help alleviate any stress or things that the devs have going on. So whatever they pick out that they suggest and I'm cool with, for me to help them, I'll do it. But I mean, I don't really need any reason for the first mate. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't really need any. Demi does a good job, and so. Okay.
Well, thank you. I greatly appreciate you showing up.
Sure.
And yeah, and I just hope that you keep going and helping the community out, because I know you do a great job.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's basically it for the interview.
Nice.